Today's episode is brought to you by Sacred Heart Catholic Church. Father Ken has resumed in-person masses, so if you want to reserve your space, make sure you go to sacredhearthattiesburg.com because space is limited. If you don't want to worship in person, we have streams on Thursday morning, Sunday morning, and Sunday afternoon for the Spanish Mass. It's on our Facebook page, the church Facebook page, the church YouTube channel. Paul Sanchez has worked really hard, so make sure you go like and subscribe. If you're not here in person, we also have online giving on the website, so make sure you visit the website and be a part of the church, whether you're in person or from your home. I got to sit down with Miss Moore for this episode, and it was so much fun. You know, she taught me when I went to school here, and it was really special because now we have students in common, and I grew up with her sons. I used to go stay at their house at the weekend. It was so much fun getting to reminisce and kind of hear how she's dealing with the challenges of teaching during COVID. So I hope you enjoy this. I know some students out there certainly will.
But sometimes you have it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Julia and Madison are definitely like that, where they're just naturally gifted. Well, this is awesome. It's really fun to actually finally get to sit down after a wardrobe change. And this is so cool to actually just get to be here with you, Miss Moore. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Are you doing well?
I'm doing well.
Great.
This is it's definitely a strange school year.
It is. It's different. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot this year.
Me too. I'm learning that I'm capable of more than I thought I would be.
I agree.
But I'll never underestimate how difficult some things can be.
Yes. It was hard at first, trying to do it all online and not be with the kids. That was hard. Not seeing them every day. I did miss that a whole lot. Not seeing them.
Yeah. I figured. I thought, okay, we'll get to teach on FaceTime, and you'll still get to see everyone, so it won't really change much. Mm. But after 1 week, it's like, all right, this is not.
No, and they act different online than they do in person. They kind of their guards up just a little bit, and I am too.
Yeah.
When you're FaceTiming or Google Meeting, you're just a little different.
You're definitely like us being here in person. I'm sitting up a little bit straighter. It's it's just kind of I want you to see me at my best.
There you go.
So I've known you for a while.
A long time. Since before the 5th grade.
Yeah. So you were my teacher in 5th grade.
5th grade. 5th through 8th.
And so I think was it 5th you were homeroom. I think you were our homeroom in 5th, but always English.
It was always English.
Some years you did
I did
religion.
Science one year and then some religion.
You did science.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up with your son Kyle.
Yes.
Who we were there was a gap year in 7th grade where we were going to be professional skateboarders. And we were never going to be professional.
No. I know Kyle wasn't.
He was better than me, but that was always really cool getting to grow up with. I always thought y'all had a great dynamic between. He would call you mom outside the classroom and Miss Moore in the classroom.
Yeah.
How did you manage that?
I don't know. Kyle and I never really kind of banged heads a lot. I don't know if you remember that. And I would always whisper in his ear, "You're going home with me, dude. You're going home with me." And it didn't stop him. Kyle. Mm-hmm. He was just going to be Kyle. And but we worked it out. I think he was ready to have somebody new as a teacher by the time 8th grade came around.
Right. Well, that's a pretty special thing, though.
It is
to have that. One thing I liked about Sacred Heart is that all the parents are involved because if you're paying tuition, I'm gonna be involved in my
yes.
and they should be.
They should be.
But that's another level that you see a lot of that here too. I always wonder, people whose kids go to school here, how they manage that when and if they do teach their kids.
Yeah.
But
it's a big deal, but it's fun. It's fun. I enjoyed it. I don't know how much my boys enjoyed it. I think they did a little bit, but
Yeah, you always you always have a safe place to land. I call Sacred Heart a safe place to land,
Yes,
and
I agree.
that's definitely the case.
Yeah.
So how did you handle when we didn't come back from spring break in March, when they said that school was closed, and like what did you do during that time? I know we were teaching online, but how did you cope with that?
Well, we did do Google Classroom before we left. So, I'm blessed to have the 5th and 6th graders, and they know a lot. They know so much more about computers than I do. They teach me a lot. So that's helped me, tremendously. And they knew Google Classroom. So the transfer from, in person and to computer for them was not that difficult. For me, it was more difficult just to make sure that I had lessons that were exciting and not just to be reading and doing. I wanted to do more. And I was disappointed in myself because at first it wasn't like that. I had to really work hard because I wasn't taught as well with the computers. But, as the months went on, it got better. But I sure did miss seeing them. I really did miss seeing them every day. That was my hardest thing, to not get to see my kids every day. So at home, I got a lot of stuff done. I was on the computer. I think I worked harder in school the time we were there than I have ever worked before. So spent a lot of time in front of the computer. But then I did get a lot of chores done too.
Yeah,
So,
I know there's a lot of good-looking yards out there
Yes.
right now. So,
exactly.
I definitely, I taught myself to edit these videos and stuff, and that was. I'm thankful for that time, but it was definitely weird just not having that positive reinforcement of another person.
Yes.
Not even saying good job. I'd take somebody saying, "Man, you doing a bad job." Like, "Oh, thank you. You spoke. You're a human with. I can see your face.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does it mean now to be back in school? It doesn't look the same as any other year, but it is really awesome that we went back, and we went back every day. We're fortunate enough to be in that
Yes.
position. What's that like now?
I'm loving it. And I have to say that the kids have been awesome. They have stepped up to the plate and they've accepted everything we've thrown at them. The masks every day, standing, they want to huddle. They want to huddle and talk to each other and be close to each other. And it's real hard for them to stay away from each other. And so we're always saying, 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart. And so they've been great with that. And I've been super, super, super proud of them. They have worked hard. They stay in the classroom all day. Down at 5th and 6th grade, we travel. So the kids stay in the class all day long. Mm-hmm. And they've handled it like champs. I've been so proud of how they've handled it. Great, great kids, both 5th and 6th grade. So it's been good. I'm so glad we're back. Mm-hmm. I'll be glad when they can travel a little bit and see what my room looks like. Like, no, it's so funny when I'll say, "Okay, go past my room," and they're like, "Well, I don't know where your room is," because a 5th grader's never been there. And that's really weird because I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's right. You've never been to my room before." So anyway, so I'll be glad we can kind of do that. But,
So that's when we were saying that a picture of. I was in that class picture in your room. I was wondering why they looked so confused.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, because they want me to bring that picture. So tomorrow is my day, because I said, "Miss Moore, please bring that picture of Mr. Wooton." So I'm bringing the picture with me.
That's hilarious. That's so cool too. That it's cool that Sacred Heart's doing well enough, and that we've been around for what 100-something years.
Yes. Uh-huh.
But that's cool that it's cool to me that I could see students like that and show them like, hey, Sacred Heart's a good place to be, even a good place to come back to.
Right.
And that a teacher who is still doing really well at our school taught me and left me with so many valuable lessons. Wow. Because I credit you having us diagram sentences with I'm very OCD, so it worked. It made sense to me. But it's one of those things that helped me kind of understand how to communicate with other people really well. And that's one of the things I really value about my education is that friendships I've been able to make because I feel like I understood language pretty well. I mean, look what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
You made a lot of this happen.
Oh, well, I shouldn't take that credit, but I thank you. I thank you.
You
were
should.
A great kid. You were a great student. Still are.
Well, thanks.
So,
Well, you heard it here. She said I was great.
He is. He is. He is.
So what do you envision for the rest of the year? Like, is this something like what we're doing? Is it something you can comfortably maintain?
Oh yeah, I feel like we can. I mean, I'm getting better at what I'm doing all the time when it comes to technology, so that's great. And like I said, my kids, my sixth graders especially, we just did this slide presentation project, and they were off the charts. They were unbelievable. So they're teaching me more things to do and how to do it better. So I think what we're doing now can even doing it the way we're doing it will even be better and done better and rise to another level. I'm hoping, by Christmas or after Christmas, we can kind of go back to a little bit of normalcy, and I'd love to see them travel a little bit, love to maybe see their smiles. I see their smiles in their eyes. I just, would love to see their smiles on the bottom of their faces. But so that's my prayer. I'd like to see that happen before the year's over. And they miss they just miss just being together all the time, being able to play soccer. We can't even play soccer. We can't play basketball outside right now. So we're just, but they have taken the charge. They have done more with the tennis ball than you could imagine. They have figured out games to play with that tennis ball, one tennis ball per kid. And they have figured out games where they're not touching somebody else's tennis ball. They're throwing against the wall. They're throwing it against the basketball goal. It's fun to watch them come up with all these little games.
Wow.
So, yeah, they've been real creative.
It's amazing how resilient kids can be.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's inspiring to see, honestly, because we get caught up in what, it's very easy to get caught up in what is annoying you or is difficult about your day. But it is a special thing to be able to work with kids with such a positive attitude and that can take something like this, on the chin. Like, okay.
They do. And that's exactly what they're doing.
So
they're just taking it.
So you're pretty proud of your students, huh?
I'm very proud of my students. They're great. They really are. I have a great group. And every year I pretty much, sometimes there's some challenges, but for the most part, these guys, they're awesome. Yeah. They really are. They crack me up too. They are some funny kids. They make me laugh, which is good.
I think so. Whose class was that I saw you in today? When that in the modular, was that Miss Bounds' room?
That was in Miss Bounds' room. Yes.
Yeah. So and it's so fun getting to do those Friday videos where you see that they're pretty silly.
When they hear you coming, oh my goodness! Somebody is always calling out, "Here he comes!" And they get so excited. They cannot wait to see you. It's so funny.
It's funny how stuff like that turns into a thing, because that was just one. I was going to just do like one time because parents can't walk through the halls. It's like, look, this is how it looks. It's actually pretty normal, relative to other years, minus the mask thing. And now, like, John Mosby Newton was like, "Are you coming this Friday?" I was like, "It's every other Friday because of my schedule." Like, all right. Well, I didn't see you last Friday, so I was like. It's so funny because it's like I never thought it was going to be that big of a deal to them.
When they start planning, like I'm usually Miss McKay's room when you come, and when they hear you come and they start planning and talking to each other what they're going to do when you come in, like what little dance they're going to do or who's going to jump up and do this or whatever. So yeah, it's a planned thing when they hear you coming.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
That makes me so happy. Well. Enough catching up, Miss Moore. It's time to play Questions About You. I hope you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go. Hey, before you get to these questions about you, make sure you like and subscribe. You know you want to. Ring the bell. Here we go. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color? I have a lot of favorite colors. I really don't have one favorite.
You don't have...
I don't have a favorite color.
Color scheme.
Color scheme would be warm colors.
Warm colors.
Like reds and oranges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a red guy. I like red. I like red. Okay, what's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal, I have a lot of animals. I don't have a lot of animals. I love all kinds of animals. Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love dogs.
Yeah.
I'm like your mama. I love dogs.
Oh, man. The little dogs. The Pomeranians.
Yes.
What's your favorite hobby or pastime?
Now I just love being outside. I love being outside, and well, I will have to say my favorite pastime is my grandbabies.
Yeah.
So I love my grandbabies.
How many grandbabies do you
I
have
have
now?
3.
3.
I have 4, 2, and 15 months.
Wow.
I know. And they are the funniest people in the world. They are so funny.
Yeah.
They're so much fun.
And I know Kyle and Blake are awesome dads.
They
too.
are, I have to say, they're great dads.
Yeah.
They've got some great wives that are great moms, too. So got to give a shout out to them. They're great ones, too.
Man, I'm sure because Kyle and Blake would have impeccable taste because they're, man, I love them. I don't talk to them enough, you know?
You need to talk to them
I need
more.
to talk to them. There's
Yeah.
really, and that's one thing COVID with the Zoom and everything has taught me is like, there's no reason to stay out of touch with
Yes.
anyone. What would be the theme song of your life? So we've had people say like theme song from a TV show, but it could be just a song as well. The theme song of your life. We had Coach Schrader and Coach Epps said Rocky.
Okay, well, I'm going to say celebrate.
Celebrate. I like that.
Celebrate.
I like that.
Every day, celebrate.
See, I knew I liked you. All right. What talents do you possess that not a lot of people know about?
I used to play college ball, college
That's
softball.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I was in college. I was an outfielder,
Okay.
a left fielder.
Okay. All right.
So-
You right-handed or left-handed? Did you bat?
I'm right-handed.
You bat right-handed?
Bat right-handed.
Okay. That's awesome. What was
yeah.
your batting average? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't remember that. That's been a long time ago.
Where did you play college softball?
At St. Louis U.
That's right.
Yep.
SLU. Okay. Awesome. Man, that's a good school.
It is a good school.
They have a great soccer program, too.
They do.
I actually
The
looked
Billikens, they do.
I looked at it once, and it was...
Yeah, you played
Look-
college ball too.
Yeah. I tried. Which TV sitcom would you star in?
Would I star in?
Yeah, yeah.
It'd have to be Friends.
I knew it.
You knew I was gonna
How
say
did
that.
I know Friends? Which character would you, what character you most like?
I'd probably be most like Monica.
Monica. Yeah.
I'd want to be Phoebe, but I'd
Right.
probably be Monica.
I want to be carefree like smelly cat,
Yeah.
smelly cat. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's so good. What do you like being complimented on?
I like when my students are complimented on something that we've done in class. Like if I go by a class, just like the other day, I heard them talking to another teacher about a subject that we had talked about, and they were just spilling out all this information that we had discussed, and that makes me proud. So, I see that if I see what I've taught with them, and they're happy with that, and they can tell somebody else or relive it or whatever, I get proud of that. I'm very proud of that.
Well, yeah, that's great. That's an incredible answer. How would your friends describe you?
Probably driven and probably a little bit A-type personality kind of thing.
Right.
Need to take a break every now and again.
Right.
So
I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. What is your favorite quote?
gosh, Drew, it should be let it be. Just let it be.
That's good. I like that. And that's coming from, like you said, type A personality. I want to be like Phoebe. I'm the same way. I mean, I'd like to relax about it. I love that, people telling you to just relax.
Yeah.
Oh, just chill out.
Yeah.
I haven't thought of that. Okay, let it be. That's good.
Yeah. Or cast your cares on the Lord. That should be the one. Cast your cares on the Lord. So you don't have to stress out. Just cast your cares on Him.
Yeah.
That would be the one. That's a better one.
That's important too, like that you get to speak to kids about, especially in a stressful time like this, about their faith and about your faith. So
thankful for that.
Yeah.
Sacred Heart, so glad to be here to be able to do that, to have that opportunity.
And I personally, I always enjoyed spending the night at y'all's house, because I remember going to Sunday school here in this building because Mr. Jimmy was at First Baptist.
Right.
And then you went to Sacred Heart.
Yep.
So sometimes we go, I always thought that was really cool that, it didn't matter what denomination. It's, as Coach Schrader said in a previous episode, not to worry about the details. We agree on the important stuff.
Exactly.
And I learned a lot. In both buildings.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
And now, how crazy is that now?
I know.
I have an office here.
I know.
It's like,
I love it. I
that's
love it.
wild. Okay, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food would have to be, oh, I like a great steak dinner with a salad.
Yeah, steak.
Yeah.
Same. 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 Some other people said pizza but yeah, steak. Steak. Okay, what food do you dislike the most and why?
That I dislike the most, I guess your common Brussels sprouts, and it's because I've never had them. And everybody tells me how good they are.
Oh.
But it's just the idea of it.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. It's like its own plant or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. I like Brussels sprouts now if they're seasoned right.
Right. Everybody says they're fantastic roasted, and I've just never done it before.
You can put Tony Chachere's on anything and it'll be good. So
You're right. You're right.
You know, it's one of those, in a pinch, if you had Tony's, you'd be all right. Okay, if you were sitting on a first-class flight, who would you sit next to, and what would you ask them?
Oh, wow. Goodness gracious.
Like mine would be Michael Jordan, just because I thought I could grow up and turn into Michael Jordan. Like I just didn't. I thought that was an occupation.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that, like he was a separate person. I thought the Be Like Mike commercials I took literally when I was really little. I would just love to just talk to him about. I'd probably ask him how he stays competitive or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, probably something that, and you may remember this, I love music, and I love all genres of music. So my big thing when I was in college, I would meet certain musicians. Like I worked at this gift shop downtown in St. Louis, and I met Jethro Tull's band, and we met Eric Clapton, and so we'd meet. So my dream thing would be sitting on an airplane and some big time musician sat down next to me and let me talk to that musician.
Right.
It'd be super cool just to hear their life and how they, do their music. So
They certainly, they'd have interesting stories for you.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I like that. Okay, this is a good one. If you could create a fortune cookie to give yourself when you were 16,
Gosh.
what would it say?
Wow.
It's tough.
Yeah. Probably be your best and carry on.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. Be your best and carry on, I guess.
I like asking that because, we have 16-year-olds in this building that, I think I agree with that one. I think mine would be more, I've thought of this more, and I think it would be more like it doesn't, I think try your best, but it doesn't have to be the perfect situation.
No, not at all.
Because I think that trips a lot of people up
Yeah.
where they don't take an opportunity because they don't think it's perfect.
Right. It's not going to always be perfect. They just, being your best is perfect. Doing the very best you can is perfect enough.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. Let's see. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Goodness. To be able to wiggle my nose and be anywhere I want to be.
Oh,
In a snap of a finger there. So,
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
So, you'd basically have all the powers then, right? If you're a genie, is that I Dream of Genie?
That's
You did-
Bewitched.
Oh, Bewitched.
Bewitched.
Wrong reference.
But I could do the genie. We could do the
That's-
genie too.
there you go.
So yeah.
So you could teleport. Yeah, I would flying or controlling gravity or something. That's something silly. Okay, this is the big one. How do you want to be remembered?
Someone who just loved others and cared for others. I'd love to be remembered that I was a caring person. That's how I'd like to be remembered.
Well, that's how I see you.
Oh, you're sweet.
It's true though.
You're sweet.
And you can tell too, like students I have, when they come in here, they're whirling dervishes. You give them sticks and they're making all kinds of noise, but you can still tell that they have enough sense and they have enough going on to go, oh, you're on Miss Moore's wall. And then the kind of reverence they have for you is like,
Aw.
it's not the same for everybody,
Well,
So I think people already think of you that way. So
that's sweet.
You're in good shape.
Well, my kids think a lot about you. They talk about you.
Really?
Yes, always in a good thing. Always in a good thing. And we have the best time, so I'm going to have to say this. We have the best time listening to you call your drummers in the afternoon at the elementary. You're a little Elmo voice, and whenever you speak, and we're at carpool, everybody gets quiet because they want to hear who you're going to be that day.
Right.
So it's so funny.
Oh yeah.
And I'm being honest when I say that. It's so funny.
And it's one of those, like, it was just kind of a strange talent, but now it actually talk like Elmo. I can talk like Elmo. Yay! Like
They're waiting for it.
And they think it's so hilarious. It's so funny watching the younger kids go like, "You're not red and fuzzy, dude. You're just a dude, Elmo's voice is coming out of your face. It's so weird." Yeah. Oh yeah. It's I gotta work some new voices up. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That
Y'all need to have a reunion, and then could be one of your performances at your reunion.
yeah. There you go. Oh my gosh. Well, Miss Moore, thanks so much for sitting down and doing this.
Thank you for asking
It really
me.
means a lot, and I hope people see, how we say this a lot. But Sacred Heart is a family place.
Exactly.
And you're kind of like. You're like kind of like a second mom growing up, so it was pretty cool getting to do this, and I really appreciate it, and I love you, and
I love you, and I thank you for asking me.
This is awesome. This is so great.
You're so funny.
We got to do this all the time.
Oh.
You could be a regular.